welcome to a good afternoon now on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Most authentic and the best place for football analysis, and of course, the most consistent as well. And every we are back again with a team. And you're well seated. I will introduce them to you very soon. But the analysis they also will enter into the Premier League season 26-27. Why would that team win? What are the nitty-gritties? Adenti and Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea as well. All the teams know there's going to be analysis on them. But there's something that makes the English Premier League exceptional and then top. Yeah, because English Premier League, the best team in the world, the best league in the world. It goes a lot more than just the football on the field of play. Today we'll delve into the nitty-gritties, Adenti and the Premier League top. Then of course, Arsenal phone have made calls to Atletico, to Madrid. But this time, not the white side of Football Club Real Madrid. It's to the red and blue side of Atletico de Madrid. Why is it that after Vinicius Jr., Arsenal are bent on bringing in a player that can move the ceiling of the club? The analysis will follow. Same at Football Club Barcelona. We'll do same at Football Club Real Madrid. There is a new phase on our screen now introducing. And then, of course, you give your verdict after the show. My friend Fiifi-Manfred, I'm with a gentleman. And boys in the first car. I'm first. Coach number 2 is a trainer. Boys in this car. I've said it several times. As the season has started last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boys need this car. And then this week we're expecting same. And then coach now ready. It's in the description of the video. Go and pick it up. Or on all Fiifi-Manfred social media handles. Osabeka, 4Post podcast. I like coach the go on them. Or call Fiifi-Manfred Telegram channel. Coach on them. But all the diaspora, Unigana. Now they be also Fiifi-Manfred. There is a diaspora group handled by Mr. Stevie Sapo, aka Lacom. But the number we took the description. But I remember our brother, just reach out to Lacom. Michelle, it's a page that is managed by them because there is a pick for specific games on the bet apps abroad. And you see, a lot of work goes into it. Friend, he'll tell you what you have to do before so Rebecca group. No, Lacom number not testing up. 0555 865271. 0555-865271. Yes, also a FPL. This season one open fantasy, code Mima Edberto screen so of course season is starting about near boy FPL na baby I come. We say thank you to yes most spare parts that shop MOB clothing and Joe Dark Fashion. I introduce my gentleman first off for the very first time on your screens in the FMS studios. Brantia, your friend Prince, aka the Sports Yamal. Yeah, Sports Yamal. My Barcelona. So if you're a Barcelona fan, there's Sports Yamal here. And we are hoping, so he'll be able to, we'll see what the future holds for us. Of course, my boss Tony is on my right. Also, I see Chelsea Belgian League, until Chelsea wins the league, I constantly ask him. Of course, senior most, Mr. Fiifi. And so it's me left. But you're Johnny Nifaso. Very well. Nest of King. Nest of King. Nest of King. Nest of King. Who am I Musa for you?
The Nest of King. Yeah.
The senior man Nest of King sweat to the left, and there's in fact I saw a lot of you guys. When I saw the message, I was happy. Honestly, I was happy because. I saw the message say Fiifi, I didn't know which analyst one sometimes I'm okay, and I move freely more okay. Make me judge man cry more when I produce actually. So I'm fine. They will talk you are saying my break. So they'll talk sorry. And then we'll come here and then we'll see how things are going to go. I'll see on Fiifi-Manfred YouTube now. Really need to start it.
Start it. And yeah.
Hey. Now I mean all my stuff wanted bad news. Was in the history of the Premier League. Coventry na show pass opening games. What's on 2?
Omo show back on Brentford to show back.
Okay, to my show 1
1993.
But just don't show twice. And I Brentford for also. Sure. And Brentford so to first season after a long time.
Sanity.
And I'm show Thomas Frank. The Kaipa corner kick far post pine.
No my show.
They say energy. We want to be a dance.
We are going to show
1-0.
Was asking for so good. Say MC.
Premier League, we know that it is made up of these surprises and upsets.
Yeah.
But one of the things I've seen about the Premier League, these videos that I want Hima to show to us and for, then we come back and talk about it. The marketing of the Premier League is top level, and for me, That is what makes it the best league in the world, Ima.
Can someone do a clap?
Which camera are we looking at?
I'm going down there.
My name is Andoni Iraola.
Pierre Sage. I'm Matthias Jaisler. Frank Lampard.
I'm Roberto De Zerbi.
Enzo Maresca.
Xabi Alonso.
Michael Carrick, Manchester United head coach.
Kenego.
No. We're just going to change the lighting.
Okay.
I'm Mikel Arteta, manager of the champions, Arsenal.
Is it going to stay that way?
Yeah, stay that way.
Didn't give out account.
Can someone do a clap?
Which camera are we looking at?
I'm going down there.
My name is Andoni Iraola.
Pierre Sage. I'm Matthias Jaisler. Frank Lampard.
I'm Roberto De Zerbi.
Enzo Maresca.
Xabi Alonso.
Michael Carrick, Manchester United head coach.
Kenego.
No. We're just going to change the lighting.
Okay.
I'm Mikel Arteta, manager of the champions, Arsenal.
Is it going to stay that way?
Yeah, stay that way.
So from some videos near share, you know, for me, it tells a simple story of how marketing and the media, because this is before we start the season, there's the media day for players, for teams, for coaches and what have you. They document them, they go back and look at the stories behind them. And for me, and the English Premier League, you know, the better team, the better league in the world.
Yeah.
Because the La Liga has always been the league of superstars. There was a time when it was Messi and Ronaldo in the La Liga. But people still consider the Premier League a better league. Because for the La Liga, it was Madrid and Barcelona. And the two superstars.
Yeah.
For even the English Premier League, Frank James Lampard and the Coventry, but they can go back. And I saw a documentary of how your friend is saying Premier League for Coventry for have stayed in the English, have stayed outside the English Premier League for a long time, I think over 35 years. Yeah. How they came through the ranks, the importance of Frank James Lampard, players that come from the academy. For me, these things are just absolutely impeccable. And again, there's another documentary of the basket managers in the Premier League. Andoni Iraola, Xabi Alonso, Mikel Arteta, all basket managers, all Premier League need this season. And what they bring to them. And you heard Xabi Alonso, you heard Andoni Iraola. Mikel Arteta put on no say, my name is Mikel Arteta, the head coach of Arsenal, the champions. And there are two key things I saw about the two managers. And so what share Michael Carrick, De Zerbi, Xabi, Iraola, Arteta, like the Enzo Maresca, the top 6 traditional for and Dubai. Now also go back and look at the things that Michael Carrick said. Imagine some video on the side. Michael Carrick said that my name is Michael Carrick, the manager of Manchester United. Whilst the other managers just mentioning their name, Xabi Alonso, Enzo Maresca, and Andoni Iraola. Then he came to Mikel Arteta and said that my name is Mikel Arteta, the coach of the champions. And for me, these are the small things that makes the English Premier League absolutely. And there have been more big name managers in the league this season. Ubenya will be to say Alvaro Arbeloa.
Yeah.
Big legend from Madrid coming to the English Premier League. This guy, former RB Salzburg manager, current Newcastle manager, top manager, he's coming into the Premier League this time, and that tells you how much of a top competition it's going to be. I don't know where to start from, but like when I'm starting through general what are some of the things that make the Premier League very exciting?
Sometimes I know about say you didn't come about the league I best as far as all the top 5 European leagues near concern. Now say you bought UEFA Champions League, yeah. You bought Premier League dinner. Sometimes I know me educated people because most people about into the conversation about a best league, they take into consideration that said season I bono. Any teams are not more competing or the UEFA Champions League being the prestigious tournament born European football as far as club side are concerned. Now, Obibeka at a point in time we saw the dominance of Real Madrid, Barcelona in European football, the UEFA Champions League, giving out a good performance, and even at a point in time who Real Madrid for with the repeat, you be who and Paris Saint-Germain winning back to back. But still, now for Pina Refi say the best league we are seeing the Premier League, and man for Pina, I have that argument say. I didn't think Premier League teams no in the UEFA Champions League. Recently, that's on performance and then you're up to that part to the standard of the Premier League. Said you no, but still now you say a best league. In taking into consideration a best league, you have many factors taken into consideration, and you're on the field of human. This is part of it, the marketing aspect. Any say Premier League team no, we not there already last no crown. Check the amount of money generate compared to be or La Liga said it. So these are all the factors I bring into consideration. Now they are ranked a best league, and definitely if all these factors taken into consideration are available, you don't come there, then Premier League is the best league. And again, we're talking about attraction. They are making about attraction on the field. You saw the come of way with building their project, you know. On better or more attractive from people outside Italy. Now at the end, say we need to play a football beautiful, maybe pleasing to the eyes of the fans. Now, another attraction of football the marketing of Premier League for Spain, Beshasia will be NB, Italy will be NB. Maybe cry a Real Madrid Basape. Now the competition, top 6, will be about will be at senior team, Calatete, Canada, Carrick Candy. I think say when you're about together, am I the Premier League one of the best league in Europe?
Prince, the Premier League managers, no, there has been someone like Antonio Ariola, Xabi Alonso. There's Enzo Maresca, Mikel Arteta. How important are these managers in the outlook of the Premier League in itself?
Over Premier League, this is the first time I will say Kenya coaches most of them is about to understand. Because of late, if you Premier League, you been a certain Georgian club who was very matured. All aspect of the game, this man will give you his game pressing and everything was on point. The way he was using Roberto Firmino, Mohamed Salah, and Sadio Mane was superb in the Premier League. They form a fundamental trio of which a Liverpool are always how he used Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. This defines how this man was. Pep Guardiola came into the party even after say a castle wire flop or Bayern Munich, not because when Timmy and Champions League no. He came in, he did it. He defines football in the English Premier League. But he said here, look at the coaches that are coming into the Premier League. With the exception of Mikel Arteta, Yakasawa break just last season and defining winning the Premier League. No, most of them are coaches that are coming in to study. They are fresh in the Premier League. Osha Enzo Maresca, he wasn't that successful at Chelsea. Yansho coach friend Xabi Alonso, he flopped at Real Madrid with all due respect. And yes, I made doubting the abilities and the technicalities. He flopped. Dressing room management, even on the field, players control. He did his best, but his best never worked for him. CCA, most of the coaches at CCA are coaches that are coming to study, that are coming to see how the intensity of the Premier League is and adopt themselves to it. But CCA, Osha, Mikel Arteta is one of the managers that I would say has defined himself and he knows everything about the Premier League as compared to Omo Muremu CCA. And if Osha players are Mikel Arteta Kuta, the longevity of him and understanding with the players is there. Xabi Alonso, let's see. Oba Yempono and Chelsea, most of the players are not more last season. And because the players played under a certain manager, but the manager is no more. So the chemistry, the understanding is there within the players. In Tinka or no, there are some small instructions that will bind what the team together. But this is a Chelsea team. I'll buy a lot of signings has been made. On board. He's coming to build the architect fresh for the Chelsea team. Antonio Ariola, was very fundamental as Bournemouth. He made us see who and the potentials of Antoine Semenyo. He did very, very well at Bournemouth. Premier League, no, so. But there is one thing, moving to a top club, there is pressure and a lot of demands from you. In Liverpool team, last season, they went below their standard of Liverpool. The fans mixes Jurgen Klopp a lot. But you see, Andoni Arola Ebiremo, can't say a bad coach because he has proven himself in the Premier League. But my question is, can he do it in a top club?
That is a big question. Whether or not Andoni Arola beats Jumano at Liverpool, which is obviously a very, very big club. Now, Stoney, I want to come to you. And you know, I saw the graphic of Chelsea for a possible team for the season. Maybe first off we can overlay it and look at it then in terms of Chelsea team. No? Prince raises a critical question of Chelsea. Xabi Alonso, you're new to the system. Yeah. There has been also a lot of changes in the Chelsea team. I don't agree with him when he says that it's a fairly new team. Yeah. But the changes are a lot, actually. But the core of the team is still there. Reece is there, Levi is there, Cole is there, João Pedro is there, Caicedo is there, Enzo is still there. The core of the team is still there. Chelsea seem to have added more to it in terms of the depth. What is going to be our X factor for Chelsea?
You see, Xabi Alonso, one particular manager, since our arrival with Chelsea, I've seen that he's taking his time to implement his decisions in the club. And he said another point, I disagree with him in the aspect that the core of the team ain't available. As you rightly explained, most of the players are more integral players in the club are still available. Just that the only positions are or strengthening the department who say or non-strength as will be depending on so much. OPK, a player like Palestra and I say Chevaria. These are the two players who are going to be key players in the setup because or prefer fullbacks and as a wing backs as compared to fullbacks. And so these players are more as new into the system. But then again, we'll check the core of the team. I think that everybody is available and going into a season. Rightly as he said, Obia war into the top 6 clubs. Our managers are almost said that. In fact, these clubs any BBR English Premier League. Apart from Mikel Arteta or the Omoje last season, it got to a time when Arsenal were thinking of even moving ahead from him. Because in Oboto league in so much, or the second to us 3 times. It took only last season and ultimately proving was it. See a man of time is one fan Jumana. So going into a season, I think that all the managers available at the top 6 clubs in fresh coaches in I think that Xabi Alonso with this crop of players has a chance going into the next season. And I don't think that it's going to be a very difficult task. I mean, fighting for the top 4 or something.
One of the other teams, and a couple of hours ago, you had to say Tottenham must perform to finalize a deal for Savinho. Not just Savinho, Tottenham have done Mickey van der Ven. What's the name? Jean-Paul Van Hecke. In addition to Mickey van der Ven, in the middle, they brought Matthias Nunez, who was with West Ham United. They've added him. They've added Sandro Tonali also into the middle of the park. In attack, they've added also. I think they've bought somebody else. They've had an attacker. In fact, on the front they are changing it. But
they are not
done.
Savinho saying, but last season there's still Richarlison. There's Mohamed Kudus. There is also
Madison is coming back.
Dejan Kulusevski is also still there. James Madison is still also coming back.
Kudus coming back from injury.
Mohamed Kudus. Plus the Roberto Di Zerbi that we know is one of the best tactical brains in the game. Are people not looking too much at Chelsea and the traditional teams and forgetting about Tottenham Hotspur? Or they just the lack of pedigree of Tottenham alone means that they can't win the league? Almost less game time. Just Premier League.
Prior to the start of last season, team at Tottenham for air assembly with Thomas Franka. We say every season as me predicted say top 4 Tottenham become. Because the squad depth now we here with Thomas Frank. Now check it, the previous performance at Thomas Frank and it Brentford for the year and a crop of players to me now I feel like say tactically they will fit to the setup but it was a failure. He didn't come up after say De Zerbi. Ebeji argument to me who say a risk. Because now they're on the verge of collapsing. I'm about relegation, but after we see an ABC in us name, you will say we take that risk, and the reason we take it is say me, nam be almost uma. Demi Pebiano, they can trust in him. No matter. And now, take the players you might have two screens in also. You see, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, over top 5 is Sandro Tonali. The position of
Sandro Tonali player so big.
Tonali.
On the top one.
I'm so important.
Tonali,
the position of top 5 in the Premier League, he's part. What right from so free Serie A and the Bayern.
Boba Newcastle then
what Bobo after saying the ban and the buy.
People don't have eyes for him because of Bruno Guimaraes. That is what I can see.
After saying the ban and the buy no buy what in a fear no more or buy what how or wet in the fin the cocoto and the Bayern. And we'll play an integral with Bruno G. And at the point in that Bruno Guimaraes was off in the season. But he was that one. No step here for team your friend in Newcastle. He's that guy.
There's a Konogala Gamunya be more.
Konom this squad. Konom this one when we are away.
There's a Konogala guy.
Konom this squad. Then again wa call for Newcastle. Check if you know the cocoto on the buy. Cocoto na buy. My head deserve documentary be a massive for ye. Now only the player be. And also who the potential in the boy. And how a boy and working towards that potential. So getting this kind of manager, our bear coach, managing this kind of group of players are more young. They have a lot of potential in them. This kind of coach, every that potential near home, a positive. Then they give home squad depth and kudos not for Refino. Because of the planning, Kulisevsky, one of the dangerous attackers, so finding the feet in the game of every decided game in part. Richarlison, I be shadow of himself after say free the previous thing about my friend Totti and Bayern. I say the performance on and off, but on a normal day, say on the form now, you can bet on him to change games in the situations. Then again, Omar Mamouche on the verge of coming. Check the performance of Omar Mamouche right from the Bundesliga. We PM or Pep Guardiola. In the first starters, he was good. That's why I said Pep Guardiola. They wouldn't know. What those shots, yeah, Neko Tikama, one drop, but he's not the bad player. Savio not got on 80. A winger be take on the ball to the fullback, take on players, create chances. You see, I'm talking about the qualities of possession. I'm not talking about the clinic, how clinical way. More the goals be judges Savio. And not
because when that clinical hospital.
But nowadays, that is how the market of the Premier League is. The media said me person me ton and me ton. So if you have the money and you need, then you buy. The marketing need there.
But the squad value is also very important. The market value is important.
By Prince, and not just say it was even got 1 billion.
Look at the price of a player Liverpool pen from PSG. Bakola. Is Bakola that good with that price tag?
No, but you see, I can understand
that is the tag.
I can understand that today the market goes beyond just what just the player talent.
Yes,
it goes beyond that. But still, there is market value. I mean, for someone like Badi Bakola, Badi has won Champions League twice in a row. Badi plays for the French national team. He played to the semi-final of the World Cup. Badi Bakola, or quarter-final. Badi Bakola is an integral member of that Paris Saint-Germain side. Savinho doesn't even get a look into the Brazilian national team.
I'm say whole season.
So you understand? And my problem with Savinho, in all of that, Badi Bakola, based on the market value, and the market value is determined by not just the player talent as we've agreed, but the other things that come around the player as well. And so because a Badi Bakola turn 100 million and 80 million now, 110 maybe I don't know but any day outrageous. But Savinho 80 million outrageous.
We can give a lot of examples if you want to.
No. Example that I'm talking about the market value. The market value is what determines it. Outliers and how clubs have sold their players, that one is their issue. But the market value is important, and that is what should lead the discussions in that regard.
Nti obeko for Savinho 80 odo mama much ba be count mo refi Matthias Tel ono so e share chiro
Matthias Tel
ono so tie ono so e baka you see
I know say pedicularization
mo step in by Nico dey mo pam dey Nico so okwa athlete man
go
and again check on my chiro Romero Kutiko one of the integral member of center back on but I'm go for Van Heka give that a good performance in a review or brighten the whole vibe yes mo kra mo pe
ona
yes mo
I carry Xabi Alonso
so on pe Tactical.
Player they said Tottenham. Great, but let me come to you. Arsenal for now have gone to Atletico de Madrid for Julian Alvarez. I mean, what do Arsenal want to do? They've gotten Bruno G, very important to pack and anything. And I feel like in terms of squad depth and quality, And again, the conversation of squad depth is, for me, shallow. The most important thing is to pair quality and depth. The quality of the Arsenal midfield, Martin Ibanez, Mendy, Mikel Merino, Declan Rice, and then you add Bruno G now to it. Mark Lewis Kelly can come in and play then. Martin Odegaard, quality, plus the depth that he has in there. And then adding an attacker, because last season, Arsenal won the league, but then the goals did not come from their main number 9, the leader of the front line, Victor Gyökeres. He had goals, but then in the league, he didn't stand out in that regard. Why is it that Arsenal for not keen? Even when Atletico have told Barca someone wants on beton, I went to play Julian Alvarez, but they know that Julian would want to leave.
Do you know one thing? I believe personally, Mikel Arteta thinks this is his time to rule the Premier League. He said the Pep Guardiola here. That is the reason why he is going in for a lot of qualities that can help him define that statement. I said he believes he has to rule the Premier League now. And also, Bianzo intimin Jimmy CCA. Osha coach is a Premier League named Dia. The Obetimia rule CCA with squad depth and everything. Hey, coach, a friend Mikel Arteta. Last season, even Arsenal fans was not convinced about Victor Gyökeres in the Premier League. Although he did the spart in the first season in Tientimin Kanwas and Bebre. But it wasn't surprising. It wasn't what the Arsenal fans was expecting from him. Because in his days as Sporting, we know what he did. In the Oba Premier League name adaptation, that is why I believe that Nimra also rule Premier League because there is no more Pep Guardiola. He has to get that quality. And I believe Julian Alvarez now in Arsenal's setup will be very perfect. Look at their wonderful midfield and even look at their wings. Saka there, Solis here, and Alvarez in the middle. It is a lineup that wins the Champions League and wins the Premier League. Very simple.
Wow. According to Prince, Arsenal for no will be able to win the. That will be kind
For Champions League now.
Even last year without a prolific striker, they did something very, very fantastic.
What do you want to say?
Almost won't pay Julian Alvarez. But I think the main reason why I won't pay Julian Alvarez is squad depth to money center forward. They have Gabriel Jesus, not for because of injury. Availability is not there. You have Victor Gyökeres. He's a good player. We'll be undoubting the qualities. But then again, about Premier League, say they know can. When team mount to that standard now, Arsenal for a certain man. It's one of the most important things. If he say Arteta will going for this boy, it's not about him being a center forward. Minimum his versatility.
Okay, because you'll be able to give them dynamism.
My Spanish coaches, they don't like using a typical center forward. You hear team my friend Arsenal, even at the point in time, Victor Gyökeres is available. Say, can I have a bar? Or Professor B is in matches B. So, on here, dynamism. As far as the center forward near concern, Victor Gyökeres is our center forward, yes, but in a certain games, you need the player to act as a deep line forward. This boy did that profile.
Okay.
I think that's the main reason why Julian Alvarez.
Arsenal going for Julian Alvarez. I think that the Premier League is going to Stoney quickly to you. I mean, how was the season going to look like for Enzo Maresca and the Manchester City Pep Cup? And no more Lusu players, Savinho, and they'll say Savinho, any Mama Mushmini wanted to leave, and it's difficult for you to keep players like that. Rodri also wanted to leave, Bernardo Silva Cup. How does it look like for Enzo Maresca?
Well, I think that it's going to be a very difficult season for him because this is a City side that.
Do you pray it becomes a difficult season for him? What you think?
Me sentiment kasa di anke ntinka mano. Sentiment kasa, but realistically, so clearly, you can see say it will be very difficult. Although he can find his way out because City side that. Most of the players are still having that kind of mentality of Pep Guardiola. Yeah. But Maresca is still trying to implement his ideas straightforward. Since you could clearly see that in the game against Arsenal in the Community Shield. How another boy is you could see say Maresca answer a game anymore. But I think starting with that kind of mentality now, going for the behind the go with the ideas of Pep Guardiola for some time. Get it probably in the middle of the season, that person starting with your implementation of your ideas. That will be okay. But for this particular time, say addition of players being free a chance I make it count there because core of the team no answer then who be omo fresh players. I was say omo understudy the tactical genius of Enzo Maresca. I know so a bit take time and so I implement all the field of play. So going forward, I think that everything depends on how Obama boy is now born the field of play. Maybe I come on.
Well, everything depends on Enzo Maresca and it's Obama boy is now born. But quickly to the Spanish La Liga also watching any Sunday the Spanish La Liga comes back on our screens, and of course it's a battle for the league title. First off, Barca any number 9 still. Deco has flown in into Lisbon for one name that they think that can be the guy. Deco has promised them. First off, Barcelona, what is your assessment on Deco? The job he has done as sporting director, especially after the departure of Matteo Alemani, and then also the boy that's Mokwako Pe or Portugal. No, if you don't get Julian Alvarez, can he replace the goals of Varane and also Robert Lewandowski?
Thank you, Osman. One thing now I can say about Deco is he has improved a lot. Deco waye juma pa. Deco waye. After the departure of Alemani, I was asking questions. How is Barcelona going to be? Because that was then as still the financial crisis situation was still there. Barca Niska or the Deco market or qua. It is only negotiate even a fee being settled need to cry a day. After what you Paji players know, registration becomes a problem for FC Barcelona. But Deco has figured ways out for Barcelona to register players and stuff. Even Joe Cancelo or buy but very, very well, which fans now believe that yes, this guy is supposed to say. But because of financial issues, registration problems and stuff. My boy now after Deco feels that why settled, no, he called the guy back again. Omani terminating the contract with his previous club. Then Wasaba back to Barcelona. Deco is doing very, very well with the income of Anthony Gordon, with the income of some certain players. Why are they pa? He has done very well after the departure of Alemani. But let's come to the number 9 position. What is the striking role? I believe in the first season, even Mpo say strikers say we are going to miss the absence of Robert Lewandowski. That guy has been very superb and fantastic for FC Barcelona.
Even the Julian Alvarez Crabba, we will miss Lewandowski. Why? Alvarez is not that striker that we will always see his presence in the box. No. So when there is no block crosses and that stuff, you will hardly see Alvarez there. The number of goals are now Robert Lewandowski Edemaye day in, day out in Barcelona games. No, I will say that we won't get that from Alvarez. Menka say on team goals, no, but in the box presence, no, is where the issue is. Because Alvarez no born day. Senior was talking about his versatility up front. The Bia Obetimia move it to left to right, Obetimia about center to take the ball and play. Or no Jinhundi in that way. But see, is that what Barcelona need? Because Yesha Robert Lewandowski always his presence in the box. Luis Suarez.
I love that guy. But see, is Alvarez what Barcelona need? I would say yes. But still in the presence of Alvarez, I'm saying you better fit Robert Lewandowski, which is a striker presence in the box.
That's natural striker.
That natural number 9 now. The original box in Kosra or didn't pim a bar or farmer.
We're not going to miss him.
We are going to miss him.
But this I used to confident and see it affect. Even without Robert Lewandowski, we'll be able to get Barcelona. Because Barca have won the league twice. The bigger axe is the Champions League. Do you still think that can be a successful season for Barcelona? Even without Robert Lewandowski.
I am seeing that based on the signing Barcelona are making.
Mind you, also Madrid have also signed.
They are doing their best.
Yeah.
If we will meet them in the Champions League, it is going to be where the group phase or a game knockout. So for the Champions League aspect, it is not going to only be Barcelona and Madrid. That is the league aspect. What they mean, because the Barcelona fans and they say lift the Champions League. Since 2015, Bossman, in easy. We carry the days of Neymar, Luis Suarez, Ivan Rakitic. You have fit Champions League now. 2 years for Kasa. Now, yeah, since 2015. You have fit Champions League. No, it's not easy. And no, yeah, Arsenal. But Barcelona. 30 there.
Na PSG bro brave. Okoba sounds so good.
This is what you have to do.
But the caliber of FC Barcelona, it shouldn't be at this part. And you can see a cotton 12 years, wow, for Barcelona going a 12 years trophy drought for the Champions League. Because the caliber of FC Barcelona,
the club.
Yes,
but there is okay.
You got to a time near Europa League and Trump from Fortuna and yeah, bro, so cry. Yeah,
I don't usually talk about Barcelona. Yes, talking about them. We spent a lot of time. Jose Mourinho said, "My Madrid team is ready," and now everybody seems to be in and ready to go. In fact, Madrid have never lost on the first game in the Spanish La Liga opener. Against Espanyol. Jose Mourinho, Mbappe, Vini, Diomande, Bellingham, Valverde, Bernardo.
The names will kill you.
But amid the Senna Obobo, all this kind of news. Amid there with the question that journalists be open your friend Jose Mourinho. How about my integrity? This kind of players are that be born with him. And the question is, I'm gonna say, there are a lot of managers are manage this crop of players. One of the screens in also, but in making them function together effectively, I quite a problem. And he was asked, and here was the answer. Open event to say the by. Or see what who there to kill the Jude or walk up. He did the sham. I'm a killing Mbappe function well, and a Carlo Ancelotti so I even showed you now. But on where you see more, the most important and I think say one of the most important things are and we Real Madrid fan also take into consideration. If say on Mbappe work a function effectively well under Jose Mourinho, I think say a very good thing. But your presenting will be talking about a culture of work and responsibility. And the word responsibility, and I'm be doing come on. You see, I've seen Jose Mourinho under Team FN Real Madrid 2013 before he was ever back. There was a lot of conversation around Kadira and Xabi Alonso not playing together effectively. Omo function well. Now, our sign omo jumo mutimi yeni. Your responsibility, boss. Jumo we all do to me yeni pa. Se obi ba na so no so no de aye pa. E be kire we se wo de na ni bi yeni. No so nyani di no betima yeni. Nyam push agenda no ko yeni. And that's the responsibility to Nana Jose Mourinho edi nkomo. When you say Mbappe, we are clinical. In terms of creative aspect of job, no, Vinicius Junior so actually in recent times say he created the one. At a point, the most of the football ball. No more ring rotation with left one. On by you might be a champion, but the president in the boss and our problem. And I think say that functionality, no, that responsibility, no, Jose Mourinho is going to be that guy with me, man, players, no, Ayoma Juma to it perfection. And I truly trust in Penny and Jose Mourinho say the integration, how I'm very working effectively as a team, they are going to do that.
Well, that is what it is for Madrid, for Ramsey Charlie. Functionality, combination, ring rotation.
Integration. Your Monday.
Yeah, I mean, we did.
Your Monday.
Yeah, Juman is
I was the last season or Chichin will be a 1-on-1. Oh, you will suffer for some left one at all.
Mumbo see us now. They do anyway. Wait my Calafiori.
That is the Monday or live. Okay. Yen shed the Monday or Real Madrid and Sana or the Sagana.
I got Tony say when
the Monday of lives. Yes, Felipe Coutinho of Liverpool. Yeah, then about FC Barcelona, Chairman ecosystem. And I'm saying, yes, Felipe Coutinho of Liverpool. Barcelona, the never ecosystem. That is the question.
Guys, there's a lot of time that we'll be talking sports about RCT. Time to go. Chairman, sign off my.
So guys, Hani BBABC on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. There's some best subscribe to the channel. Mo put us on post notifications. So there be a video be a better Bibiano. You'll be the first person. Once I make a video, no. Bye bye.